right, so we are talking about business combos and coffee, and I could start sitting down, but today's topic is, do you know the lines of business? I was this morning talking to Joey, my husband, and we were just talking about lines, right? Bottom line, rule lines, deadlines, bottom line. Can we mute all the background because I can hear production background. I hear a little background. Okay, I just want to make sure you guys didn't hear any noise in the background. All right, so we're talking about today lines in business. Do you really know the lines of business? And what is a line anyway? A line could be a stopping point. A line can represent when you've reached your goal. A line can represent, hey, these are the parameters that are set. There are so many lines in business that we got to monitor. We have to attain. We have to make it a point to reach. And I want to talk about those with you guys real quick. And I'm being a little bit cute about it, but let's go. All right, we got timelines. What are the timelines in business? Okay, what timelines should you be aware of? Right now, we're in the season, we're about 4 or 5, how many more days away? Today is what, the 6th or 7th, the 8th? I don't know. We're like 11 days, less than 2 weeks away from the time that we're actually supposed to file our tax returns and tell our revenue departments, the federal Internal Revenue Department, and your state, which is if you live in Georgia, Georgia Department of Revenue, California Department of Revenue, Florida Department of Revenue, but even in Florida you have no taxes. But business owners, you do have tax on your business income. Okay, we are in the season where we are reporting how much income we made last year. What's the timeline for that, right? The timeline, if you've been watching me, what did I tell y'all? Is January 1 to April 15th. This year is the 18th, right? That's the timeline you're supposed to let the government know, hey, this is how much income I made last year, so that you can follow the guidelines. Hey, the next line in business, it's called a guideline. What are guidelines? Guidelines are also known as rules. What rules are we supposed to follow, right? Every quarter, if you're in business, there is a quarterly rule. The quarterly rule is you at least are going to look at your numbers and you're going to make some decisions. One, you're going to make a decision for you to say, hey, did I reach my goal, right? Did I reach, and this right here, here's another line. Here it is, and here, did I reach my bottom line? And did I get to my finish line or goal line? Right? Did we reach our goals? We have 2 more lines to cover. Hey, I'm cooking with grease, right? Did you reach your bottom line? Was your bottom line for the quarter to make $100,000? Was it to make $50,000? What was your bottom line? Every quarter, you should follow this guideline, these rules. Track your progress in business. What's your progress? And then once you track your progress, then you say, hey, am I going to owe any liabilities related to that? Your biggest bill in life, your biggest bill in your business, it has to do with taxes. You have your income tax bill. If you sell products, which is my other line, if you have product lines, they're going to ask you to pay sales taxes, right? Hold on, let me do one more thing, y'all. All right, yes. So every quarter, you're going to follow the guideline. You're going to see, okay, if I have product lines, I have to pay sales taxes. If I make income, I may have income taxes. If I have employees, or even if I paid myself a wage or a salary. I'm not talking about you paying yourself a dividend, but even if you pay yourself a dividend, you got income tax. If you have employees, if you employ yourself, you have Social Security, Medicare tax, and you also have unemployment tax. If you're in business, there are certain guidelines that you must follow. Guideline number one, track your numbers, know how your numbers are progressing, and truly understand your bottom line. For your product lines, right? Make sure that you're paying the proper sales taxes. Make sure you're not overpaying on your costs. Make sure you're following your budgets and your guidelines in business. Lines, lines, lines. What are the lines of business? And I didn't even think about this. Do you know the lines? Do you need a line? Here's another line. Do you need a line of credit? Does your business need a credit line? Have you watched your bottom line enough to know if you need cash flow in your business so that you can reach the finish line, right? And you don't reach the end of the line because your business isn't making money. There are lines in business that you must follow. And last but not least, I want to bring to you guys' attention the deadlines, right? And it's my little dead person. The deadlines. Deadlines are important in business. They're important to follow them so that we don't have waste, expense waste. And we must know what those deadlines, guidelines, timelines, bottom lines, product lines, what our finish lines are. Hey, what is the end of the line? What's our exit strategy? As small business CEOs and business owners, do you know the lines of business? Do you know when you need a line of credit? Lines, lines, lines. Okay? My name is Spiceda Jackson. I am an accountant. I'm the CEO and founder of X Financial CPA firm. And I have my financial movers intensive for CEO entrepreneurs out there who really want to dive into and guide their business, knowing the lines, the important lines in business, and also being in the room and leading your business from the data, from the lines, keeping the parameters, meeting target lines, making sure that you have access to credit. I will be teaching you about lines of business, how to access them, how to master them, how to grow your business lines, how to move your lines up, how to make sure that your bottom line isn't negative, right? I am going to be teaching entrepreneurs the structure, the lines, the goal lines, how to set those, how to manage your business, how to make sure you stay out of financial distress, trouble, and deal with the stresses of being in business, especially financial. If we could manage our financials, we could control our numbers, we could control how much money we're making, how much money we're losing, what's our bottom, how do we make sure that we're tracking to that and we don't go below our bottom line, right? It's all about setting up financial infrastructures, knowing your timelines, your guidelines, your deadlines, your bottom lines. Know what your product lines are, which ones are profitable, right? Knowing what the finish line is for you for each quarter, each month, each day, right? Knowing what the end of the line is for you in business. I don't know if you guys know this, but I am an exit strategy advisor for entrepreneurs because my background is in financial due diligence. I specialize in helping businesses buy and sell and look at the targeted points of businesses, looking at the values in business. I'm not your typical accountant, right? So when you think of your accountant relationship, and if you're ready to truly upgrade that and go beyond someone going to an accountant to prepare your taxes, even if I'm your accountant and I'm only preparing your taxes, if I'm only helping you keep your numbers in order, tracking your bookkeeping, it is time to monitor your lines of business and to know what lines you are in and you are crossing constantly, daily, monthly, quarterly in business. Now, if you guys have any questions for me, my team will let me know if there are any questions. I'm going to walk away, grab my coffee. You guys tell me, Joey, you see any questions in there? Do you guys see any questions? All right, I'm back. Are there any questions? All right, so there's no questions live. I want you guys to meet me for my next Money Movers Live. I'm Spiceda Jackson. I'm going to enjoy my coffee and to be helping not only myself, but my clients prepare to meet the April 15th deadline. Where did I put my marker? Let me get that because I want to write that on the board for you guys. The deadline for filing, this is a big one. I'm going to write it here. What day is April 18th on? I don't even know what day it's on. I do know it's 9 days before my birthday. And my birthday is coming up. But April 18th, can y'all see that here? April 18th is the tax deadline. Tuesday. Huh? It's Tuesday, okay? Joey's trying to whisper it to me. All right? Tuesday, April 18th is the tax deadline. Okay? If you cannot file your taxes by April 18th, make sure you file the extension. Okay? That's going to give you more time to get the tax return right, get the tax return correct. Meet me for Money Movers Live. I can review that for you. I only have about 20 to 25 seats because it is going to be an intensive that is for a small room of entrepreneurs because I want to make sure that I am giving impact. So there is a ticket cost to get in the room. Go to xfinancialcpa.com. We do have the flyer up, xfinancialcpa.com. You got to use the /register so that you can get the ticket. It's not just at the website. Just go use the URL, xfinancialcpa.com /register, and you will be able to register and see the tickets. But okay, all right, back to this, guys. April 18th is the deadline this year. Okay, it is typically April 15th. April 15th is typically the deadline. That is the time that you must pay the taxes on the revenue, on the not revenue, the net income, taxable income that you earned last year. The money is due on April 15th, but you can get more time to make sure that the money that you are paying or have paid to determine if what you paid is an underpayment, which means you'll get a refund. Is an underpayment, which means you owe more money. If you feel like you owe more money and you have an estimate of what that more money is and you can do it, make sure that you pay it by April 15th. April 18th this year, okay? Because I don't want you incurring interest and penalties. So I can't say this enough. If you are my client and you have not yet booked your appointment, because now I'm talking to my clients. Are y'all watching? If y'all are out here, this live is for you. You know how they usually say this bud is for you? This live is for you. Hold on, let me sip my coffee before I say this. This is an open video. This is an open letter. Dear client, the tax deadline is in less than 2 weeks. from today, you must file an extension if you are still not yet ready to file your taxes. When we file your tax return, we want to make sure that we have determined the correct tax liability on the income that you earned last year. Once we determine the correct tax liability on the income that you earned last year, we're then going to say, hey, this is the tax liability. Okay? How much of that tax liability has been paid? We're going to take the tax liability and we're going to subtract from that number how much we've already paid. And if the number is negative, then that negative number is a refund, because that means that we overpaid our tax liability. If that number is positive, that means you positively need to pay. Okay? And there are ways to pay. If you cannot afford to pay it by April 18th, no worries. Let's file the taxes, number one, so that you don't get the failure to file the taxes timely penalty. So let's file the extension. Yes. It will not be an extension of time to pay. So therefore, what is about to happen next is you must let me know if you're going to pay it in full by April 18th, or we must send in a request to pay it in monthly increments, also known as an installment agreement. But you cannot avoid the IRS. You cannot avoid your Department of Revenue. Okay? This is the state authorities, right, guys? We want to just make sure that we're following the guidelines that are set for us so that we stay out of trouble. And we don't want no stuff. We want to make sure that we are not going to be calling me to help you get out of this trouble. All right, y'all, listen. File the extension. If you need to file an extension, check your emails, and I will be emailing how you would file an extension with us. If you're interested in working with my firm and you would like to get an extension with us, start with our website, xfinancialcpa.com. When you go to our website, you will see a button that says Start Here. Hit that button. Let us know what you're here for. And if you're here for tax preparation, we will automatically assume that you're trying to get an extension because we're less than 2 weeks away. If we can get you done, we will. If we can't, we will make sure that we spend the time necessary to get your numbers right. All right, guys, that's what I have for y'all. I love y'all. That is why I'm here every Friday to make sure. Let me take a seat. I'm here every Friday with you guys to make sure that you are winning, not only in life, but I want you to be winning financially so you can be free and live financially free, or free-ish. All right, y'all. I love you. Until next time, don't forget to move your profit in the right direction, and that's up. And if you're an entrepreneur and you want to be financially fit in your business, have financials be incorporated correctly, and your taxes done right with no headaches and no fears, meet me for Money Movers Live, my CEO leadership program, a financial leadership program, the intensive that will be on March 6th. There are not many seats in the room, so make sure that you grab a ticket and grab one of the few seats that I have in the room just for you. Till next time, y'all. Bye.